You sing along with us, okay?
Okay.
All right. What was that? There is a distant place called Swedish. Yeah, okay, good. So the next one is, it's a little jazzy, okay? You know you're not that body. You know your spirit soul. Can you say that? The body is just a lump of flesh destined to grow old. You got it. You think you can follow? You think you can follow? Ladies say yes. Gents, we didn't hear much from you. All right. Okay. So, I think we want to turn down the lights a little bit. Oh, good. This is too high for you. You have a second mic? Oh, there's a wireless mic for you? Where? Okay. We're just getting it together a little bit. It'll be worth it, don't worry. Okay. So what was that second song? You know you're not that body. You know your spirit soul. What was the next one? The body is just a lump of flesh. Okay. All right. You'll see. It fits. You'll see. Believe me. Stay with me. Okay. All right. Okay. Are we ready over here? Does it work? No, it's not. Just use this one. Okay, just use this one. I'll hand it up. I'll hand it up. Okay. Hare Krishna. Okay, so you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
We're ready. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Go. Got it. We got the high side. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This evening, the Hare Krishna players present the advent and birth of Lord Krishna on the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, the description of the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. We hope that you enjoy it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You say it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Once, in the last millennium, the world became overburdened by the excessive arms built up of kings who were actually demons, but were posing as royalty. The whole earth became disturbed. The predominating deity of the earth, Bhumi, took the shape of a cow and traveled to Brahmaloka to see Lord Brahma, the administrative head of this universe, to tell him of her predicament.
My lord, the earth is heading for disaster. So many heads of state are ignoring the Vedic regulations. Intoxicated by power, they are encouraging killing cows and innocent animals. Without your help, I won't be able to stop them. Please, my lord, you are the chief demigod. So help me. Help me make the earth safe and peaceful again.
It seems the situation is very grave, Bhumi. immediately we should approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, and take his guidance. Perhaps he has a plan. After all, not even a blade of grass moves without his sanction, and we all live and die by his will. Please, come with me.
Lord Brahma, accompanied by Bhumi and all the demigods, traveled to the planet in this universe where Lord Vishnu resides. What's that planet name? Swetadri, yes. On that planet is an ocean of milk. Lord Vishnu lies on his serpent couch, Anantasesha, within that ocean. When Lord Brahma and the demigods arrived at the shore of the Milk Ocean, they stood and chanted prayers to glorify Lord Vishnu.
After offering the prayers, no response was heard from Lord Vishnu. Lord Brahma then sat in meditation. Lord Vishnu then sent a transcendental message to the heart of Brahma.
Everyone, I have a wonderful news. The Supreme Lord himself is going to appear on earth very soon. As long as there, we should all assist him and in his mission of annihilating the demons and establishing his devotees. Immediately, please take birth in the Yadu dynasty, where the Supreme Lord is going to appear very soon. Hari Bol!
Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol!
Back on Earth, Vasudeva, the son of Surashin, had just married Devaki. As was the custom, Kamsa, Devaki's cousin brother, had taken the reins of the horses to Vasudev's chariot, and was driving the happy couple to Vasudev's home.
That's what happened last year. Yeah, it happened last year.
Suddenly, a voice was heard from the sky.
Kamsa, you are such a fool. You are driving the chariot of your sister and brother-in-law. But you don't know that your sister's eighth child is going to kill you.
Wait! What? You? I'll kill you first!
Vasudeva, no.
Stop. Kamsa, dear brother-in-law, think of your reputation. You are a famous king. How can you even think of killing a woman, especially your sister?
It's just the death of the body. After death, you, I, and the living entities within our body live on and take another body according to our karma. So once you understand if you are eternal, you do not have to worry about the death, and you are born.
Kamsa, dear brother-in-law, please consider you have no danger from your sister Devaki. The voice from the sky said the danger will come one from her sons, not the Devaki from herself. You are safe for now, and I promise, if any of sons are born to Devaki, I'll present them to you, and you can take whatever necessary action you deem necessary, Kamsa.
You know, Vasudev, you are right. I am in no danger from Devaki herself. And you are a well-known man of your word. So I trust that if and when you have children, you'll bring them to me.
Thank you, Kamsa. I think you have made a wise decision. Please, let's go.
Kamsa then drove Devaki and Vasudev to their home. In the course of time, the couple gave birth to a son. Although it was very painful to do so, Vasudev, true to his word, brought the child to Kamsa.
King Kamsa, in accordance with our agreement, I have been brought my firstborn child to surrender it to you.
Vasudev, you are a well-known man of your word. I'm very pleased with you. You know, I have reconsidered. The prophecy was that the eighth child of Devaki would kill me. I have no reason to unnecessarily harm this child. You may take him back.
Thank you, Kamsa. I appreciate that very much.
Maharaji! My old friend. So wonderful to see you. Would you like a seat? What may I do for you?
Kamsa Maharaj, there is little time. I have come here to inform you that Nanda Maharaj, covered people of Vrindavan, Surasen, and all his relatives are preparing for the appearance of the Supreme Lord. The demigods have already begun to take birth in the Yadu dynasty to assist the Lord in his pastime. In your previous life, O King, you were born a demon named Kalinengu. And you were killed by Lord Vishnu. It would not surprise me if you have the same fate in this life. Do what you think best. I must leave now.
Thank you, Narada. Thank you. I will consider this information very carefully.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
The words of Narada are true. Then I am already in danger. The demigods have started taking birth, and undoubtedly my enemy, Lord Vishnu, will be appearing very soon. In fact, he may have already been born. Any one of the sons of Devaki could be a demigod, or even Lord Vishnu himself. Guards! Guards! Want to immediately go and arrest Vasudev and his wife, Devaki. Arrest them and put them under constant guard.
Yes, Maharaj, I understand. But why are they being imprisoned?
Why are they being? There's a plot to kill me. Now go and bring their firstborn child to me.
Yes, okay, Maharaj.
Oh no, not my baby, not my baby. We have orders from the king. Now both of you, into your cell.
Ah, yes, yes. Thank you.
Don't you dare. That's wrong. That's just wrong.
Guards! Guards! Take this child and dispose of it.
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes, and bring my minister to me immediately.
Yes, yes, Maharaj.
Almighty King, I've been told that
There are more. I do not know exactly who, but none of the royal family can be trusted.
okay.
We must act swiftly and with the utmost secrecy. Now, here are my orders. I want you to take one division of my army
Okay.
and march on my father and all of the neighboring kings of the Yadu dynasty and put them in prison.
Okay.
Simultaneously. Then await further instructions. Do you understand?
Yes. I do. I do immediately.
Yes, go.
There are many examples in history of kings who kill their fathers, brothers, family, or friends just to satisfy their ambitions. Kamsa was no different. After throwing his father in jail, he occupied the surrounding kingdoms. He then made alliances with demoniac kings like Bakasur, Aghasur, and Pralambhasur to enhance his power.
Meanwhile, Devaki and Vasudeva gave birth to male children every year in prison. Kamsa called for the babies and brutally murdered each one. Devaki's seventh pregnancy was Krishna's expansion, Lord Baladeva. Devaki was happy, but worried Kamsa would kill the child. To calm Devaki's distress, Lord Krishna, using Yogamaya, transferred Baladeva from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini, another wife of Vasudeva, living in Vrindava under the care of Nanda Maharaj. Thus, people assumed Devaki's seventh pregnancy was a miscarriage.
Then, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, entered as the Lord of the whole creation within the mind and heart of Vasudeva, which increased her transcendental beauty 1,000-fold.
How has she become so wonderfully beautiful? It's true, she must have Krishna within her womb. He's come to execute his mission to support the demigods and destroy me. I should kill her now. No. She's a woman, pregnant, and under my protection. If I kill her now, it would destroy my reputation. I must wait until the child is born and kill him like all of the rest.
Thus, Kamsa began thinking about Lord Krishna with fear and animosity day and night, wondering when he would appear from Devaki's womb. Kamsa became haunted by thoughts of Krishna.
While the Lord was in Devaki's womb, demigods visited the prison house of Kamsa just to offer their prayers to the Lord.
Supreme controller of all. You have an eternal, spiritual, and blissful body. You are the origin of all, but have no origin.
Avjanati mamura manusham dharmashakam param bhavana jananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Oh my Lord, you point out the only fools derived from you, saying that you have assumed a human form. They do not understand your transcendental nature and your supreme dominion over all that.
Lord Krishna, you are the Supreme Spirit, the Supreme Abode and resting place. You are the Supreme Spirit and are beyond this material world. You are the primeval Lord, and although it appears that you take birth, you are actually unborn.
My Lord, your birth and activities are all completely spiritual and untouched by the modes of material nature. Anyone who understands this can never take birth again in this material world.
After worshipping Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in the womb of Devaki, all the demigods, feeling great bliss, departed for their heavenly abodes.
When the time was mature for the appearance of the Lord, all the constellations became auspicious. The influence of the asterism Rohini became predominant because she is under the direct supervision of Brahma. In all directions, peace and prosperity reigned, and within the minds of everyone, there were feelings of good fortune. Rivers flowed full of water, and lakes were beautifully decorated with lotuses. Birds began to sing in sweet voices, and peacocks danced. Pleasant breezes blew, carrying floral scents, making bodily touch very pleasing.
The denizens of heaven began to sing and offer prayers, and the angels and their wives began to dance. The great sages and demigods became very pleased and began to shower flowers. The moon was in an overjoyous condition, and even though it was the 8th day of the waning moon, it appeared full. At that moment, Lord Vishnu, who resides in the heart of every living entity, appeared in the darkness at midnight as the Supreme Personality of Godhead before Devaki.
Jai Shri Krishna! Jai Shri Krishna!
Jai Shri
who has taken a birth as my son. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. My Lord, you have appeared in your own eternal form to deliver us from our fear from Kamsa. You do not belong to the material world. You simply create whole cosmos with glancing over nature, material nature. I understand that you came here to destroy Kamsa and all his followers because they have killed all of your brothers. As soon as he knows you have been appeared, he will immediately come with his weapons to slay you.
My Lord, you have many eternal forms like Narayana, Rama, Varaha, and Narsimha. They are all full of effulgence and bliss. But my only fear is if my brother sees you in this form, he might harm you. So please change your form to an ordinary boy so to avoid detection by Kamsa.
My dear mother, in your previous lives, you did long austerities and meditation in order to have me as your child. I was so pleased, and I gave you benediction that I'll take birth in your womb as a child 3 times. In the millennium of Swayambhuva Manu, you were Prishni and Sutapa. I took birth as Prishni Garbha. And in the next millennium, you were Aditi and Kashyap. I took birth as Vamana, the dwarf Brahmana. This 3rd time, I have taken birth as Krishna, as your child. You took care of so much with love and affection. So, I assure you that in this lifetime, you are going to go back to Godhead for perfecting your services. I know you are very concerned for me and afraid of Kamsa. Therefore, I order you immediately, you take me to Gokula and replace with the child newly born to Yashoda.
Having spoken thus, the Lord turned himself into an ordinary child and remained silent.
By the influence of the Lord's internal potency, Kamsa's guards were overwhelmed with sleep, and the prison locks opened. Vasudeva took his son from the jail. The night was dark, and there was thunder and heavy rain. Yet, as soon as Vasudeva went out, he could see everything as if it were daytime.
While Vasudeva was carrying Krishna, Lord Sesha, in the shape of a serpent, spread his hoods over the head of Vasudeva so he would not be hampered by the rain.
Vasudeva came to the bank of the Jamuna, roaring with waves and foam. Still, the river gave passage to Vasudeva, just as the Indian Ocean gave a path for Lord Ram to Lanka. Vasudeva crossed the Jamuna and went to the house of Nanda in Gokul.
While Nanda and Yashoda were fast asleep, Vasudeva entered the house and exchanged his son for the newborn baby girl. Yashoda knew that she had given birth, but she was so tired after labor, she fell asleep and couldn't remember she had given birth to a boy or girl.
Then returned to Kamsa's prison and put the baby girl into the lap of David. He clamped the shackles on himself once more so as not to raise Kamsa's suspicions.
Thus, the supreme personality of Godhead, the absolute truth, Lord Sri Krishna, made his appearance on this earth 5,000 years ago. His appearance and activities baffle the monist who reject the personal form of the Lord. For Lord Krishna, although appearing in human-like form, displayed his godhood from the very start.
As an infant, he liberated the horrible witch, Putana, sent by Kamsa to kill him. As a 7-year-old, he lifted Govardhan Hill to protect his devotees from a hurricane and curb the pride of Indra.
Lord Krishna instructed Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra how to free oneself from death by developing love of God. Then, when the time was right, he and his eternal associates left this universe to appear again in another, just as a 3-ring circus takes performance from one town to another. Anyone who truly understands the nature of Lord Krishna's appearance and activities also becomes eternally happy and free from death.
We hope that you enjoyed this performance of the advent and birth of Lord Krishna. Everybody, come on. Kamsa Bhakteshan, there he is. Yesterday, Prabhu. Devaki, Kusha Chitarara. Devika 1, Mukunda. Devika 2, Karunita Mataji. Devika 3, Kirti. Then we got 4, Arundhati Mataji. 9, Jai Ganesh. Voice from the sky, Vatala Mataji. Guard 1, Atikilata Mataji. Guard 2, Kanchan. Krishna, Muktasanga Prabhu. Minister, Vishamado Prabhu. Narrator, Medha. And background music, Ramcharan Prabhu with that. Haribol, Haribol. Good bow.
Let's get out of here!
Director, so it's 40 minutes. I don't know if has anybody been fasting today? Raise your hand. Oh, very good. So at midnight we will have the Maha Arati. You know, just we're going to do some kirtan before that. But just a couple of words. We saw the advent of Krishna. You know,